in, the seats are claimed. Republicans rise, the House is framed. From coast to coast in every state, we fought the battles, now we elevate. Lit the maps, redrew the lines in districts carved by shifting signs. North Carolina, New York made moves. Through closed calls, we found our groove. House in our hands, we're standing tall. Constitutionalists for liberty call. Oh yeah, yeah, Go Right News is breaking free. With every seat, we hold our destiny. 15 close races, by threads they swung. One by one the victory sung. From Georgia's red lines, Alabama stand, the mandate held across the land. Decision desk had the numbers tight. With freedom's fire we claim our right. Through thin and thick we built the way. A constitutional republic here to stay. Now the power's real, the people's trust. Every seat earned from fight to dust. Oh yeah, yeah, let's make it clear. For America, so we persevere. The lines were drawn, the battle on. Victory's rhythm keeps us strong. Redistricting turned the tables round. Through shifting courts our voice was found. Now every seat, every vote in place, guided by liberty's steady pace. With Go Right News and a nation's pride, we're constitutionalists side by side. For every voice that speaks to be free, we hold the House for democracy. In our hands, the path is wide. With honor and strength, we turn the tide. Oh yeah, for all to see, guardians of our legacy. We're keeping strong, we're keeping right. For freedom's call, we'll stand and fight. Oh yeah, yeah. We're keeping strong, we're keeping right. For freedom's call, we'll stand and fight. Oh yeah, yeah.
Greatness doesn't discriminate. It doesn't see where you're from, what you look like, or who you know. Greatness is for those who work for it, for those who keep moving forward. Greatness is for anyone willing to fight for it.
Hi folks, welcome to Hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. Imagine the irony, a politician who claimed she could fix the economy, now $20 million in debt, leaving her staff unpaid, all while President-elect Donald Trump, I love saying that, Donald Trump surges ahead with historic achievements. Today, we're talking about the sharp currents in Washington as Trump gears up for his presidency, already securing the highest raw vote count of any Republican candidate in history. From the inner halls of the Senate to FEMA disaster zones, there is a growing call to restore America's values. So let's dive into the details with focus on our constitutional republic as Trump's allies rally to reshape the political landscape and a determined majority calls for change. We'll be right back. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. So, as the dust settles from one of the most decisive elections in history, President-elect Donald Trump has achieved something historic. He's garnered the highest raw count of the popular vote for a Republican candidate ever. That's a message from the American people that's hard to ignore. And Trump's wasting no time in showing he's serious about delivering on his promises. In a move aimed squarely at securing the southern border, he's announced plans to bring in former ICE Director Tom Homan as his new border czar. This one will probably actually go to the border. Now, these moves signal a strong mandate and agenda set to reshape policies with a tough America First stance. So let's break down today's top headlines as we look at what this means for the direction of our constitutional republic under Trump's incoming administration. Now, let's set the stage with a little story about loyalty and new beginnings. Picture this, a town where every ally counts. Two prominent figures are suddenly left outside the circle. President-elect Donald Trump has decided not to extend invitations to Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo to join him in his new administration, signaling a shift towards fresh faces and unwavering loyalty. Meanwhile, the political stage is heating up as a historic meeting between Biden and Donald Trump is set to take place at the White House. Two powerful leaders, one that can't stand up and keeps tripping down, and his name is Joe Biden, polar opposites because Donald Trump knows how to walk and talk and play the game, about to sit down in a room filled with more tension and expectation than ever before. Now, what could this meeting mean for the future of our constitutional republic? And what does Trump's move signal for the direction of his administration? Let's dive into the day's headlines, where each story undiscovers a different angle of this pivotal moment in our nation's journey. Hey folks, guess what? Republicans have gained control of the U.S. House of Representatives, securing 218 seats as projected by Decision Desk HQ on News Nation. This marks a shift in the chamber's balance of power following elections where all 435 seats were up for grabs, with House members serving 2-year terms. I kind of prefer 4 years, but hey, whatever. Before the election, Republicans held a narrow majority in the House with 220 seats compared to the Democrats' 212, leaving 3 seats vacant. While taking the House, Republicans now have full control of Congress and the White House, and looks like the Senate as well, which positions the GOP to more effectively pursue its legislative agenda. Now, in the 2022 midterm elections, Republicans flipped key seats in states like Washington, New York, and California. When many of these races were tight, with 15 races decided by less than a 2% margin. This year's election saw several of those close races become rematches between incumbents and previous challengers. Now, redistricting played a significant role in the election's competitiveness. 5 states adjusted their district lines since the last midterm, with Alabama, Louisiana, and Georgia requiring to redraw maps by federal mandate under the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Meanwhile, here in North Carolina and in New York, they redrew their lines due to state court rulings. And here in North Carolina, we won big, at least on the federal level. We'll be right back.
President Trump taking immediate action, speaking with leaders across the globe in the 24 hours after he secured victory. So what will foreign policy look like under President Trump's leadership? Well, former GOP Congressman and New York gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin joins us now with more. Lee, thanks for being here. What
Great
does
in
a second term here, what does a Trump foreign policy look like?
a continuation of a lot that worked when President Trump was in the office the first time, and President Trump's next term victories have actually already begun. The election was this past Tuesday. You already have the European Union indicating that they'll purchase now possibly United States natural gas to avoid Trump tariffs. There was a caravan that was coming through Mexico that was pretty massive, already cut in half. Qatar kicking Hamas out of its country. President Trump already speaking to President Zelensky about ending the war in Ukraine. That bit that you just played from President Trump on election night is exactly a peace through strength model that worked, of ending foreign wars instead of starting new ones, about having a military that was focused on being America's defenders instead of a woke social experiment, and understanding that we need to treat friends as friends and adversaries as adversaries as abroad, and never sending our troops into harm's way where they're set up to fail. President Trump has had 4 years of success from the Abraham Accords, withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal, and more. I think it's about picking up from where he left off and then some. I think his next term is going to be even greater than the last one.
Which aspect of that do you think is most crucial? Because you just laid out a great a list of things that have been done and will be done. When you're looking at moves he'll make early on, what do you put at the top of the list?
Listen, the hottest commodity that President Trump's going to have is time. And President Trump isn't going to have the luxury of just picking one to focus on day one. And President Trump is going to have the ability, with good personnel around him and good policies around him, to look at all of the regions that are an issue and tackle all of them simultaneously out of the gate. So we have to combat illegal immigration and what's coming up through Mexico and flying into our country from other countries, at the same time as looking at an issue in Israel and their existential threats around them, to Ukraine and especially China. I think President Trump is going to have all of this at the top of the list, and he's going to be tackling all of it on day one.
No, you're right. That southern border and our vulnerability there is a national security issue that will certainly be part of the many things he'll be addressing. Help us out, Lee. You know New York politics very well. It's been an interesting week in New York. So you have that Letitia James press conference, which was bizarre and super anti-Trump, and she presumed he's coming after everybody, and she holds this press conference. Yet Donald Trump had a very cordial call, according to Governor Hochul, a call with her about working in New York. So who's right? What's the future of how Donald Trump interacts with New York State and New York City?
President Trump is showing that he truly wants to be the president for all Americans. And it doesn't matter whether or not you're from a blue state, a red state, a purple state. And inside of that state, you don't have to be a Republican or Democrat. Now, Kathy Hochul in 22 called on Donald Trump and Lee Zeldin to leave New York. Yeah. Just a couple weeks ago, she was saying that if you don't vote Democrat, if you vote for President Trump, that you're anti-American. That's not stopping President Trump from wanting to be a president for all Americans. So this is about the people of New York. This isn't about a clash of partisanship through parties. President Trump is making it clear to blue state governors out there and blue city mayors out there that he wants to be able to work with everybody in order to deliver for all Americans. I absolutely love it. And it's truly the leadership that we needed for unity that President Biden spoke about on his inauguration and gave up on the next day.
Yeah, they speak about it all the time, and then they never really follow through. And what they've missed about Trump from the beginning is he actually is a businessman who wants to make things better and is willing to work with people, even if they've dissed him and disagree with him, as you point out. Kathy Hochul been no fan of Donald Trump or Lee Zeldin. But, Lee, you gave it a heck of a run, and we hope you do again. It's great to see you, Lee. Thank you.
So Senate leadership election is coming up real soon, and McConnell is pushing back. We talked about this before, but it's very important and dated because this election's coming up very soon. The latest battle for Senate leadership is heating up, with Senator Mitch McConnell, a figure some see as out of touch with the America's First movement, has orchestrated an accelerated vote for Republican Senate Majority Leader. Some suggest this move is intended to stifle the voice of the people, especially those who chose Trump and his agenda overwhelmingly. To understand the stakes, let's break down the contenders. John Cornyn with 35% conservative score, a choice that some argue leans toward liberal stances. John Thune at 37% conservative, another moderate figure. And Rick Scott, who stands out with a solid 92% conservative score, the clear America First candidate in this race. Now, the backstory. McConnell has planned to step down due to health issues. Yet his last actions appear aimed at securing the Republican leadership against Trump's agenda. According to prominent voices like Tucker Carlson, McConnell's timing feels almost like a coup against the pro-Trump wave, a sentiment echoed by conservative influencers including Elon Musk and Senator Rand Paul, who publicly backed Scott. Now, behind the scenes, an unofficial whip count shows Scott trailing, but his supporters are doubling down on calls for action. I've got a few texts and emails myself. The Trump base is urging voters to connect their senators directly, demanding a public endorsement of Scott. Many feel that McConnell's tactics disregard the mandate given to Trump by millions who voted for reform and transparency in Washington. So now is the time, they argue, for Americans to hold up their representatives accountable. We do have a Twitter link on the website at gorightnews.com with the senators' plans and how they're going to vote. We are urging people to call your senator today, demand they publicly endorse Senator Rick Scott. Tell them anything short of a public endorsement will be assumed to be a vote for one or the other two. Now, I don't know a lot about these three individuals. I still tend to go towards moderates, but I have a feeling if they're saying that this Rick Scott is good on America First agenda, I am happy with that, but it doesn't look like he's going to win. So the best we can hope is the moderate pick. You can have a link to contact your senators on the website as well. And even if they pick somebody coming up and you don't like them, you can still express your dislike for who they picked. A GOP Senate source has leaked the internal whip count for the leadership vote, and the final votes will be on a secret ballot. But here's the race as it stands now. Cornyn 18, Scott 11, and Thun 24. And with Thun being the 37% conservative moderate figure, as long as he's going with America First, then I don't really have too much of a problem with it. If you're asking about, like, say, North Carolina, we have Ted Budd. Ted Budd has picked Cornyn, and we have Tom Tillis, and he's picked Thun. So neither one here has picked Scott. And again, there's a long list of who voted for who on gorightnews.com. We'll be right back.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us. America is a land of heroes. This is a place where greatness is born. Our ancestors settled the Wild West, lifted millions from poverty, disease, and hunger, vanquished tyranny and fascism, ushered the world to new heights of science and medicine, and we are making it greater than ever before. The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again. No matter the trials, no matter the challenges to come, we must keep freedom alive in our souls. That one nation, under God, must be the hope and the promise and the light and the glory among all the nations of the world. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, FEMA has an official alleged partisan bias, and it's pretty bad. An outrageous breach of public trust. A FEMA leader reportedly instructed her team to withhold aid from homes displaying Trump signs. Marty Washington, overseeing Hurricane Milton recovery in Florida, allegedly directed her team to skip homes advertising Trump. A statement supported by internal documents and whistleblower testimony. I mean, it literally was on their text messages. The fallout was immediate. FEMA fired Washington, labeling her actions horrifying, yet calling it an isolated incident. But many wonder, was it truly isolated? Reports suggest that this directive affected at least 20 homes where families were denied emergency assistance during a critical time simply due to their political beliefs. Although FEMA claims that all affected homes will now receive aid, questions persist. Why wasn't this corrected earlier? And why was no action taken with internal complaints where first were filed? Florida governors Ron DeSantis and House committees are launching investigations to determine if this partisanship went beyond Washington's instructions. For many, this incident underlines a disturbing trend in the federal response under the Biden administration, where agency actions appear increasingly politicized. And I also wonder about the hurricane here in North Carolina. People have been complaining that FEMA and stuff were not getting these people that live in the mountains, mostly Republicans, the aid that they needed. Meanwhile, a lot of news were not allowed into the area. And when patriots and other people came forward to help, FEMA tried to arrest people. FEMA turned people away. FEMA confiscated their items. And then they started talking about people that were showing up. They started calling them domestic terrorists and everything else. And then they caused this whole uproar here in North Carolina. All I know is that people are still suffering in North Carolina. The news isn't talking about it. Nobody else is talking about it. Now that the election's over, I hope that politicians are still going to take care of these damaged areas across our nation. We'll be right back.
4 years ago, we took a wrong turn and lost our purpose. We lost the strength that makes Americans who we are. If we dared to speak the truth, it was called hate speech, and our values were labeled shameful. That's when everything we care about fell apart. We surrendered our borders, our paychecks, and our courage. Our patriotism was called toxic. Men could beat up women and win medals, but there was no prize for the guy who got up every day to do his job. Now we're being asked to settle for the way things are. And we're wondering if America can make a comeback. We can, because we've done it before. When we get knocked down, we don't stay down, we get up again. We fight, we fight, we fight.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
There's some Iranian-linked assassination plot against Donald Trump. In another alarming development, 3 individuals have been charged in a plot linked to Iranian operatives aimed at assassinating President Donald Trump. You know what's scary is 2 of those people are national American citizens, but they're also Jewish Americans. That's kind of scary, working for Iran of all places. Online threats against Donald Trump are becoming more frequent and explicit, with users calling for extreme actions against the newly elected president. If trespassing at the Capitol was deemed insurrection, then surely these calls for assassination are a level of treason that goes beyond free speech. The severity of these statements cannot be overlooked, especially considering the Capitol incident's label as a domestic terror event. Moreover, the emotional toll of Trump's presidency seems to be affecting vulnerable groups. Hotlines for LGBTQ plus youth, more of the leftist brainwashed type, are reportedly overwhelmed with calls, with reports of teenagers forming suicide pacts out of fear-driven misinformation. And many believe that Democrats' rhetoric about Trump and GOP has contributed to this emotional crisis, further proving the need for leadership that can bring back balance and stability. And we've already had people committing suicide. We had a man that killed his family, his wife, his ex, his kids, himself, because Donald Trump won. I don't understand the ironic nature of this, is that you're so worried that Donald Trump is going to change things. He's going to round us up. He's going to kill people, et cetera, that you would kill yourself. I don't understand that. As we joke about, and we're going to joke because people freaking out and stuff like that. I mean, you did try to assassinate our president multiple times. You still are calling for the assassination of Donald Trump. So there's always going to be that little division. We also have to take care and tread softly as well, because there's some people that really have a bad case of TDS, and I can only pray for those people. And that's the reason why we'll be doing podcasts soon. Hopefully live every week to talk about critical issues and what's been going on, and we'll bring people on and we'll try to help people as much as possible. I've already had a lot of people reach out to me. All right, we'll be right back with the hashtag #GoRightRecap. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share and like this podcast and follow.
There's a wind sweeping through the Capitol halls. From Congress to the streets, the people stand tall. Voices rise for justice, loud and clear. Fighting through the noise, driven by fear. FEMA's shadow by its shore. People seeking truth to own. Divisions deepen, battles begin. But we're holding strong through thick and thin. Yeah, yeah. We're the heartbeat of a nation brave. The voices that won't fade, okay. Go right news, a call, a line. Guiding through the darkest night. It's more than politics, it's about what's fair. Americans longing for leaders who care. Constitutionalists rising proud, bringing hope in a world so loud. Don't break the chains, transparency calls. No more games. For every freedom, every right, we stand together, we'll unite. Coast to coast, stakes run high. The people's voice won't be denied. We're bound by freedom, tied by truth, defending dreams, old and new. With every step, we're making ways for a land of the free and the home of the brave. From every city, every town, we'll hold the line. Won't back down with Go Right News and voices true, fighting for the red, white, and blue. The threats are many, the words are sharp, but faith in freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright. This land, it's ours to defend. A mission on which we all depend, united under justice's name. Through every struggle, we'll remain. Yeah, yeah. In every heartbeat, every stand, we're building bridges hand in hand. Constitutionalists standing tall, together we rise, never fall.
Welcome back to the hashtag #GoRightRecap. In a country craving reform, from the halls of Congress to the actions of federal agencies, there's a new sense of urgency. Americans are making their voices heard, calling for transparency and true representation in the Senate. FEMA's shocking actions reflect the challenges we face in fighting biases, and the threats against Donald Trump underscore the division stoked by partisan rhetoric. At the end, folks, though, we now have the White House, we now have the House, and we have the Senate, as long as we can push back McConnell from doing something pretty bad before he steps down. Now, that's it for hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. Remember, stay informed and stay involved. Follow this podcast, like this podcast, share this podcast, communicate with us. Let us know what you got. If you've got really cool videos you'd like to see featured on this podcast or any information out there, let us know. You can visit thegorightnews.com for more updates. You can follow us on Rumble, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, Twitter, and lots more. To support our mission, head over to gorightnews.com or peterboykin.com to donate, and let's continue to fight for our constitutional republic and protect the values that make America great. God bless everybody. Peace.
Nothing worth doing ever came easy. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Never, ever quit. Never quit. Adversity makes you stronger. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedoms. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way.
When they couldn't beat him, they tried to bankrupt him.
President Trump is back in a New York City courtroom.
When that didn't work, they tried to put him in federal prison.
Raided by the FBI.
When that didn't work, they even tried to kill him.
They just tried to kill President Trump.
Donald Trump still stands, ready to fight, ready to win, and ready to make America great again.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother.
This election, we all get to choose. I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American badass. The 45th and soon to be 47th President Donald J. Trump.
Starting on day one, we will defeat inflation quickly and we will make America affordable again. I will cut your energy costs in half. It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break. We are going to bring back the American dream bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. When I'm back in the White House, we will restore world peace, and it will be again peace through strength. I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. And we'll put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. We all salute the same great American flag. Our best days are yet to come. Together, we will make America great again.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place. The winds of change, they blew so strong as the House flipped the power right where it belongs. There's a wind sweeping through the Capitol halls. From Congress to the streets, the people stand tall. Voices rise for justice, loud and clear, fighting through the noise driven by fear. FEMA's shadow bias shown, people seeking truth to own. Divisions deepen, battles begin, but we're holding strong through thick and thin. Yeah, yeah. We're the heartbeat of a nation brave, the voices that won't fade decay. Co-write news, a call of light, guiding through the darkest nights. Politics, it's about what's fair. Americans longing for leaders who care. Constitutionalists rising proud, bringing hope in a world so loud. Senators of stone break the chains. Transparency calls, no more games. For every freedom, every right, we stand together, we'll unite. From every city, every town, we'll hold the line, won't back down. With Go Right News and voices true, fighting for the red, white, and blue. Words are sharp, but faith in freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright. The threats are many, the words are sharp, but faith and freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright. This land, it's ours to defend, a mission on which we all depend. United under justice's name, through every struggle we'll remain. Yeah, yeah. In every heartbeat, every stand, we're building bridges hand in hand. Constitutionalists standing tall, together we rise, never fall. Broken in a hard-fought fight, redistricted lines, the game got tight. Washington to Cali, they turned out the lights, and those 2% races, close and lean. Every voice counts in this American dream. Yeah, yeah. It's the house of the people. We stand for the right. Oh, it's a new day, shining bright tonight. With Go Right News, bringing truth to the light. We're constitutionalists, making history sign. Seats on the edge, the stakes were high. New York to Georgia, under that sky. 2 years we fight, 2 years we stand, for the will of the people across the land. With each seat gained, we hold our ground. It's a voice of the people, power unbound. Rematch battles, we played it fair, with the Constitution spirit always there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the people's house, we made it clear. Our red, white, blue will always steer. From Go Right News, we tell it true. Constitutionalists, bringing justice through. Oh, in the people's house, we made it clear. Our red, white, blue will always steer. From Go Right News, we tell it true. Constitutionalists, bringing justice through. Redrawn maps, the states reset. In Alabama, Georgia, lines were set. And in this house, we'll make it known. For liberty's light, the seeds we sow. From D.C. halls to every street, we rise as one, refuse defeat. Our voice will grow, our pride will stay. The house belongs to the USA. Yeah, house of freedom, standing tall. Constitution's heartbeat, heard by all. With Go Right News, bringing you here. We're constitutionalists, no fear. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Obeying the truth, standing proud. Our America strong, let's shout it loud. In the house of the oh, yeah. Bringing the proof, standing proud. Our America's strong, let's shout it loud. In the house, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The votes are in, the seats are claimed. Republicans rise, the House is framed. From coast to coast in every state, we fought the battles, now we elevate. Lit the maps, redrew the lines in districts carved by shifting signs. North Carolina, New York made moves through closed calls, we found our groove. House in our hands, we're standing tall. Constitutionalists for liberty call. Oh yeah, yeah, Go Right News is
is breaking free. With every seat we hold our destiny. 15 close races by threads they swung. One by one the victory sung. From Georgia's red lines, Alabama stand, the mandate held across the land. Decision desk had the numbers tight. With freedom's fire we claim our right. Through thin and thick we built the way. A constitutional republic here to stay. Now the power's real, the people's trust. Every seed earned from fight to dust. Oh yeah, yeah, let's make it clear. For America so we persevere. The lines were drawn, the battle on. Victory's rhythm keeps us strong. Redistricting turned the tables round. Through shifting courts our voice was found. Now every seat, every vote in place, guided by liberty's steady pace. With Go Right News and a nation's pride, we're constitutionalists side by side. For every voice that speaks to be free, we hold the house for democracy. In our hands, the path is wide. With honor and strength, we turn the tide. Oh yeah, for all to see, guardians of our legacy. We're keeping strong, we're keeping right. For freedom's call we'll stand and fight. Oh yeah, yeah. We're keeping strong, we're keeping right. For freedom's call we'll stand and fight. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a rumble at the border. Watch it crack and bend. The regime is holding on as election time descends. NYC's changing tune, no more cards in their hands. Mayors listening to Trump, shifting like the sands. It's a seismic shift, and we're feeling the shake. From Go Right News to every choice we make, the constitutionalists stand tall, they're holding the line. We're watching the world in this turbulent time. Out in swing states they've counted wrong, counted blind, underestimating voices that just won't unwind. Trump's got momentum in states unaligned. The people speak louder, the truth they will find. Yeah, yeah, feel the seismic beat, it's pulsing and strong. Underestimated voices that just won't unwind. Trump's got momentum in states unaligned. The people speak louder, that truth they will find. Yeah, yeah, feel the seismic beat, it's pulsing and strong. From coast to coast, it's where we belong. Go right and constitutionalists in a dance that won't end. A march for the future, the message we send. In in the Senate halls, there's a plot running deep. McConnell's pushing fast, trying to sweep. But voices arise, Scott's taking a stand for America first. His line in the sand. Oh, the power plays real, the stakes never higher. McCarter, the nation, set the world afire. With Go Right News, we're tuned to the call. Constitutionalists for America, rising above all. Games with Kim on the side, weapons that terrify, nowhere to hide. But we stand vigilant, eyes open wide. Truth, freedom, justice, our nation's pride. Yeah, yeah. The seismic shift, it's a groove and a fight. For the dawn of tomorrow, we're reaching for light. Go Right News keeps the beat, the truth we defend. With constitutionalists for America, we'll rise till the end.
First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
She's going to win this. Going to take every one of the swing states. And I said, you do realize you wasted your vote, right?
There's no world in which Donald Trump could, no imaginable world in which Donald Trump could ever win a popular majority in America.
What are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye.
You can call her Madam President in 19 days.
It's going to be a landslide. I think they're going to call it Tuesday night, too.
She's definitely going to win the popular vote. I think he will, of course, go batshit insane, as he always does. He won't accept it.
Imagine a tidal wave swelling on the southern U.S. border as the current administration braces for a surge of illegal immigrants racing to cross before Donald Trump takes over. Now picture this, a Texas federal judge striking down a policy aimed at fast-tracking green cards for 500,000 individuals here illegally. At the same time, polls show a vast majority, 82% of Americans, expect Donald Trump to follow through on mass deportations if reelected, which he was. This is the climate of our constitutional republic faces as we approach critical policy decisions, with Trump already influencing outcomes from outside the Oval Office. Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin, where we dive into today's stories impacting the foundation of our nation and the American people. We'll be right back. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
The rising border crisis remains front and center. Following a conversation with Donald Trump, New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced the city will halt its practice of providing prepaid debit cards to illegal immigrants. Adams' office revealed, quote, as we move towards more competitive contracting for asylum-seeking programs, we have chosen not to renew the emergency contract for this pilot program once the one-year term concludes. This decision follows a pilot program costing New York City taxpayers $3.6 million, used to supply debit cards to illegal immigrants staying in taxpayer-funded hotels. For a family of 4, these payments amounted to $350 each week. And in the current fiscal year alone, illegal immigrants have cost New York City $1.4 billion in total. Adams, often seen at odds with the former president, has maintained a pragmatic approach by refusing to liken Trump to decisive figures, stating, "I don't think it's fitting to state the former president is equal to being Hitler." It might be the personal lesson of what's going on in New York that he's realized the error of his ways, and the fact that when he spoke up about it, they tried to throw the guy in jail. It's worth mentioning that Trump has extended some level of sympathy to Adams in the face of a federal probe into Adams' administration. A probe some have suggested is retaliation against his criticism of the Biden administration's handling of the border. Trump's influence on immigration issues is apparent, even as he stands outside the political office, showing the effects of his leadership approach are still being felt.
Pepe.
Pepe. What was he, the first one out? Pepe. What happened to Pepe?
Friends, delegates, and fellow Americans, I humbly and gratefully accept your nomination for the presidency of the United States.
The business tycoon and TV personality capping his improbable political journey with an astounding upset victory. Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States, defeating Hillary Clinton in a campaign unlike anything we've seen in our lifetime. Donald Trump wins the presidency of the United States. He is now going to be called President-elect Donald Trump. He's walking up right now. You see him right there. History has been made. Jake, this is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second.
Mexico will pay, you mark my words.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me.
Mexico is the new China.
I will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words. I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and we will make
America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Let's address the recent election results that threw political pollsters for a loop. In the final weeks, mainstream polling outlets claimed the presidential race would be a nail-biter. They could not have been more mistaken. Data from Real Clear Politics exposes discrepancy between polling and the actual results across swing states. In Arizona, polls underestimated Trump's support by 4.1%. Pennsylvania, 1.6% underestimation. Michigan, 2% underestimation. Wisconsin, 1.4% underestimation. And Nevada, 3.1% underestimation. Trump not only performed well in swing states, I think he won them all, but surpassed polling expectations in deeply Democratic states. Take New York, where Trump secured 44.2% of the vote, despite polls showing him at 39.3%. Polls also indicated Kamala Harris would lead by 0.1% in the popular vote, but Trump ended up ahead by 3%. This is no isolated polling era. Historically, polling has repeatedly underestimated Trump's support. In 2020, polling was off by an average of 2.7%, and in 2016 by 1.1%. Notably, a shock poll by Ann Seltzer of the Des Moines Register forecasted Harris would win Iowa by 3 points. Trump won by nearly 14 points. Polls have not kept pace with Trump supporters, and many Americans are losing faith in these statistical models. Told you folks time and time again, polls are great to talk about in the news, but my faith in them, long time ago, no. It's opinions. It's just opinions. It's all about how you deliver it. Just 2 weeks ago, Trump shared his skepticism of polls with Joe Rogan, who agreed, saying 2016 taught a lot of people about the ineffective use of polls. Trump added, "I don't know of one person in my whole life that ever got called by a pollster." Well, I actually kind of did. I get a couple of calls, but I don't know how well pollsters they are or not. We'll be right back.
We're saying Merry Christmas again. My first crowd in Wisconsin that we're going to come back here someday and we are going to say Merry Christmas again. Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, but Merry Christmas. I love Christmas.
Now let's turn to a grave security issue. There is a mounting evidence that Iran has developed chemical weapons based on pharmaceutical agents like fentanyl. These pharmaceutical-based agents, or PBAs, have been weaponized for potential use in artillery and grenades. Iran's PBAs are designed to incapacitate victims by affecting the central nervous system, raising serious concerns if these weapons reach militant groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. Matthew Levitt of the Combating Terrorism Center at West Point has warned, quote, "The threats posed by Iran's weaponized PBA program can no longer be overlooked. Evidence indicates that Iran has previously deployed PBAs against adversaries, and there is fear that Hezbollah could use them to capture Israeli civilians or soldiers. PBAs also pose a risk for American troops stationed in regions where Iran and its proxies operate. While not as lethal as weapons of mass destruction, the strategic advantage of PBAs lies in their ability to incapacitate rather than kill, allowing Iranian-backed forces to conduct kidnappings and offenses with plausible deniability." Danger, 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 danger. We'll be right back.
I am officially running for President of the United States. We need president that God ever created. It can be wonderful if you have smart people, but we have people that are stupid. The American dream is dead, 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 dead. But if I get elected president, I will bring it back bigger and better and stronger than ever before. The American dream. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. And we will make America great again. We will make America great again. And we will make America great again. And we will make America great again.
All right, here's the big news of today. You might not hear too much on the news, but it's important. It's political maneuvering. McConnell's alleged coup against Trump's agenda, and a move that has rattled Trump's allies and drawn swift backlash from prominent conservatives. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is accused of orchestrating what's being described as a coup against Trump's agenda by expediting the Senate leadership elections. This alleged maneuver comes just as Donald Trump secured a decisive mandate from the American people, winning the presidency with what is being called one of the clearest mandates in 4 years. This unexpected leadership election, scheduled by secret ballot, has been interpreted by many as McConnell's efforts to consolidate power and, in fact, undermine Trump's incoming administration. Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, a major figure in conservative media, sounded the alarm to his 14.5 million followers on social media, voicing concerns over McConnell's intentions. Carlson posed the question to many supporters of the Trump's agenda by asking, "What in the hell is going on in the U.S. Senate?" He then accused McConnell of engineering a coup by prioritizing his personal influence over the Senate's alignment with Trump's platform. Carlson's concern is based on the observation that McConnell seems to be backing candidates who oppose Trump's policies rather than those who would support his agenda. Of the three primary candidates for the Senate GOP leadership, only Rick Scott of Florida has aligned himself openly with Trump's vision. Carlson labeled one of McConnell's preferred candidates, John Cornyn, as a, quote, angry liberal, suggesting his policies are indistinguishable from those of outspoken Trump critic Liz Cheney. By holding the vote early, McConnell essentially blocked newer pro-Trump senators from having a say in the Senate's GOP leadership. In response, Carlson urged conservatives to call their senators and demand a public endorsement of Rick Scott, stressing that a secret ballot would leave the door open for McConnell's influence to overpower the will of Trump supporters. Don't let McConnell get away with it again, Carlson warned, highlighting the risk of a McConnell-led leadership slate imposing a check on Trump's ability to implement his policies effectively. Meanwhile, Laura Loomer, a high-profile Trump supporter, weighed in with her own critique. Loomer, known for her aggressive activism and unwavering support for Trump, argued that McConnell's actions represent a betrayal of the very voters who supported Trump's platform. She referenced the Senate GOP's internal bylaws, alleging McConnell violated them by scheduling the leadership vote in what she describes as an unseemly rush. Loomer remarked, quote, "Why didn't anyone have the balls to talk about this a month ago like I did?" She went on to accuse McConnell of orchestrating this move under the guise of, quote, unity, but claimed that unity in this context meant compromising Trump's platform. Now, Loomer's frustration highlights a broader disconnect within the Republican base. She observed, quote, "People cried about unity. This is what unity gets you. A McConnell coup to undermine the entire second Trump administration." In her view, the calls for unity within the GOP has been used as a smokescreen, paving the way for McConnell to keep Trump's agenda at arm's length in the Senate. This alleged, quote, coup showcases the ongoing ideological battles within the GOP, and Trump's base is pushing for a party that aligns more closely with his populist America First agenda, while traditional GOP leaders like McConnell seek to maintain control over the Senate with an emphasis on conventional conservative principles. For Trump supporters, McConnell's move feels more like an attempt to return to the pre-Trump status quo, effectively sidelining the populist movement that reshaped the Republican Party over the last 8 years. Now, McConnell's decision to press forward with the secret ballot vote further complicates matters for Republican senators, who must now choose between loyalty to the party's traditional leadership or alignment with Trump's vision. The secret ballot process itself raises suspicions, as it allows senators to avoid public accountability for their votes, making it harder for constituents to see where their representatives truly stand on Trump's policies. Now, the final decision will play a crucial role in shaping the legislative future of Trump's administration. And if McConnell's preferred candidates take control of the GOP Senate leadership, Trump could face resistance not only from across the aisle, but from within his own party. With this election, McConnell's influence over the Republican Party and his willingness to challenge Trump's approach is on full display, highlighting the fault lines that continue to divide the GOP between its establishment and populist wings. As this power struggle unfolds, Trump supporters worry that McConnell's actions could hinder key components of Trump's agenda on immigration, trade, and foreign policy, potentially blocking his administration's priorities from gaining traction in the Senate. Now, for Trump's loyalists, this coup is not just a procedural maneuver, it represents an existential challenge to the Republican Party's future direction. All I got to say is a lot of stuff. That's just D.C. and Washington. The swamp is trying to make sure that Donald Trump cannot come in and pull out that vacuum cleaner and suck up that swamp and clean things up. And short-circuiting McConnell seems like he's trying to do his last hurrah and put that foot in the door and keep Donald Trump from out, getting in there and getting what's needed to be done. We'll be right back with the hashtag GoRightRecap Remix.
There's a rumble at the border. Watch it crack and bend. The regime is holding on as election time descends. NYC's changing tune. No more cards in their hands. Mayors listening to Trump, shifting like the sand. It's a seismic shift, and we're feeling the shake. From Go Right News to every choice we make, the constitutionalists stand tall. They're holding the line. We're watching the world in this turbulent time. Out in swing states, they've counted wrong, counted blind, underestimating voices that just won't unwind. Trump's got momentum in states unaligned. The people speak louder than truth they will find. Out in swing states, they've counted wrong, counted blind, underestimating voices that just won't unwind. Trump's got momentum in states unaligned. The people speak louder than truth they will find. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel the seismic beat, it's pulsing and strong. From coast to coast, it's where we belong. Go riding constitutionalists in a dance that won't end. A march for the future, the message we send. In the Senate halls, there's a plot running deep. McConnell's pushing fast, trying to sweep. But voices rise, Scott's taking a stand. For America first, his line in the sand. Oh, the power plays real, the stakes never higher. The heart of the nation set the world afire. With Go Right News, we're tuned to the call. Constitutionalists for America, rising above all. Iran's playing
playing dark games with Kim on the side. Weapons that terrify, nowhere to hide. But we stand vigilant, eyes open wide. Truth, freedom, justice, our nation's pride. Yeah, 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 yeah. The seismic shift, it's a proven a fight. For the dawn of tomorrow, we're reaching for light. Go Right News keeps the beat. The truth we defend with constitutionalists. For America, we'll rise to the end.
Welcome back to our hashtag Go Right Recap Remix. In today's hashtag Go Right, we're seeing systemic shifts across our constitutional republic. The Biden regime faces challenges at the border as they brace for a surge of illegal crossings with an election on the horizon. Well, the election already happened. New York Mayor's Eric Adams halts prepaid debit cards for illegal aliens, signaling a shift after his recent conversation with Donald Trump. And across swing states, polling has once again underestimated Trump's support, revealing a massive misjudgment as he gained ground in states no one expected. Meanwhile, in the Senate, Mitch McConnell is stirring controversy with what's being called a coup against Trump's agenda by pushing early secret Senate leadership elections, something many see as a direct attempt to sideline Trump's America First vision. Conservative voices like Tucker Carlson and Laura Loomer are rallying the base, calling out McConnell's actions and urging voters to support Rick Scott, the only leadership candidate who is openly aligned with Donald Trump. Internationally, Iran is reported to be developing dangerous pharmaceutical-based chemical weapons, laced with fentanyl, etc., raising alarms with potential impacts on regional security. These chemical agents could incapacitate troops and civilians alike, with Hezbollah and other Iranian-backed proxies believed to be in possession of these weapons. That's a lot, folks. So thank you for joining in. Hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. For more information on these critical issues, you can stay on top of the breaking news. You can head over to GoRightNews.com. You can also find Go Right News on Rumble.com, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, Twitter, and many other platforms. If you'd like to support our mission, donations are always welcome. The Cash App at $ Peter Boykin, the number 1. With all links available on GoRightNews.com and PeterBoykin.com. And remember to like and share this podcast and follow and let your friends know. So stay informed, stay engaged, and always go right. God bless everybody. Peace.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Place where opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align with liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place.
Winds of change, they blew so strong as the House flipped the power right where it belongs. From coast to coast, a shift in sight. Republicans took it in a hard-fought fight. Redistricted lines, the game got tight. Washington to Cali, they turned out the lights. And those 2% races, close and lean. Every voice counts in this American dream. Yeah, it's the House of the People. We stand for the right. Oh, it's a new day, shining bright tonight. With Go Right News, bringing truth to the light. With constitutionalists, making history shine. Seats on the edge, the stakes were high. New York to Georgia, under that sky. 2 years we fight, 2 years we stand for the will of the people across the land. With each seat gained, we hold our
Constitution spirit always there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, in the people's house, we made it clear. Our red, white, blue will always steer. From Go Right News, we tell it true. Constitutionalists bringing justice through. Redrawn maps, the stakes reset. In Alabama, Georgia, lines were set. And in this house, we'll make it known. For liberty's light, the seeds we sown. From Go Right News, we tell it true. Constitutionalists bringing justice through. Redrawn maps, the stakes reset. In Alabama, Georgia, lines were set. And in this house, we'll make it known. For liberty's light, the seeds we sown. From D.C. halls to every street, we rise as one, refuse defeat. Our voice will grow, our pride will stay. The house belongs to the USA. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, house of freedom, standing tall. Constitution's heartbeat, heard by all. With Go Right News, bringing you here. We're constitutionalists, no fear. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Bringing the groove, standing proud. Our America's strong. Let's shout it loud. In the house of the people, we hold tight. When liberty's anthem, we fight the good fight.
There's a wind sweeping through the Capitol halls. From Congress to the streets, the people stand tall. Voices rise for justice, loud and clear. Fighting through the noise driven by fear. FEMA's shadow bias shown. People seeking truth to own. Divisions deepen, battles begin. But we're holding strong through thick and thin. Yeah, yeah. We're the heartbeat of a nation brave. The voices that won't fade decay. Go Right News, a call of light, guiding through the darkest nights. Golden politics, it's about what's fair. Americans longing for leaders who care. Constitutionalists rising proud, bringing hope in a world so loud. Senators of stone break the chains. Transparency calls, no more games. For every freedom, every right, we stand together, we'll unite. From every city, every town, we'll hold the line, won't back down. With Go Right News and voices true, fighting for the red, white, and blue. Words are sharp, but faith in freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright.
words are sharp, but faith and freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright. This land, it's ours to defend, a mission on which we all depend. United under justice's name, through every struggle we'll remain. Yeah, yeah. In every heartbeat, every stand, we're building bridges hand in hand. Constitutionalists standing tall, together we rise, never fall. We're still standing strong in our hometown, in a land where truth won't be kept down. No more shadows that hide the light. We're pushing forward to make it right. Our fathers built this country great, with freedom, strength as their faith. Now we rise with a second chance to bring it back with one bold stance. And we're hoping here in our hometown for a future where we won't back down. Dreams of unity and pride for everyone, side by side. They're bringing life to city streets, reviving towns from where we meet. With heart and grit, we pave the way, working hard every day. No more dreams that fade and go, no more promises so slow. For every child, a brand new dawn, America will carry on. And we're rising up in our hometown, with hope that keeps us standing proud. With every step we'll see it through, red, white, and blue, for me and you. This land has blessed us from the start, and now we're fighting with all our heart. The stars and stripes wave strong and true, our nation's spirit born anew. Side by side we'll break these chains, bringing back pride through sun and rain. And we're dreaming here in our hometown, lifting up the land that we found. Side by side we'll break these chains, bringing back pride through sun and rain. For every child, a brand new dawn, America will carry on. And we're rising up in our hometown, hope that keeps us standing proud. With every step we'll see it through, red, white, and blue, for me and you. There's a wind sweeping through the Capitol halls. From Congress to the streets, the people stand tall. Voices rise for justice, loud and clear. Fighting through the noise, driven by fear. FEMA's shadow by its shore. People seeking truth to own. Divisions deepen, battles begin, but we're holding strong through thick and thin. Yeah, yeah, we're the heartbeat of a nation brave. The voices that won't fade, okay. Go right news, a call, a line, guiding through the darkest night. It's more than politics, it's about what's fair. Americans longing for leaders who care. Constitutionalists rising proud, bringing hope in a world so loud. Break the chains, transparency calls, no more games. For every freedom, every right, we stand together, we'll unite. Coast to coast, stakes run high, the people's voice won't be denied. We're bound by freedom, tied by truth, defending dreams, old and new. With every step, we're making waves for a land of the free and the home of the brave. From every city, every town, we'll hold the line, won't back down. With Go Right News and voices true, fighting for the red, white, and blue. The threats are many, the words are sharp, but faith in freedom lights the dark. Partisan storms and the constant fight only make our fire burn bright. This land, it's ours to defend. A mission on which we all depend. United under justice and name. Through every struggle, we'll remain. Yeah, yeah. In every heartbeat, every stand, we're building bridges hand in hand. Constitutionalists standing tall, together we rise, never fall. But here we stand, a movement reborn, reclaiming this land. It's Trump's return, the people's choice. Against all odds, we've raised our voice. Through battles and storms, we held the line. Now a golden age, it's comeback time. Across this land, a brighter dawn. A win for the republic, our future drawn. We're rising up now, can't you see? America's comeback victory. With Trump and the people standing tall, our republic won't ever fall. Go Right News shows the fight, with constitutionalists for what's right. The people spoke, 8 states stood firm. Citizenship matters when it's your turn. From north to south, in every place, our vote secured to keep faith safe. From every corner, a call for truth. The return of pride, the voice of youth. Ballots counted, our victory near. We built this movement loud and clear. We took it back, each vote, each choice. Our nation sings in freedom's voice. With every breath, our strength renew. A chapter written for me and you. America's rise, the combat stands. a vow to fight for every citizen's God-given right. He said, we're stronger than ever before, it's your future, and I'll give you more. Endorsements rang from every side, diverse voices stand with pride. From Musk to Kennedy, across the aisle, they saw our vision, they felt our style. A new beginning, the time has come. We're lighting up like a rising sun, with the right news and voices clear. Our republic's strong and freedom's here. Together we stand, our dreams won't die. Our comeback story reaching high. Shadow boxing in halls of power, we're rising stronger every hour. A movement built, a future bright, for constitutionalists in the fight. Now the House, the Senate, all aligned. Our comeback is the people's sign. Oh, oh, America's story, we're writing it bold. Together our dreams won't grow. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all. At the end of the story, it's the sequel, the comeback, the rise. Welcome back to the fight for freedom. They said we couldn't make it, but here we stand. A movement reborn, reclaiming this land. It's Trump's return, the people's choice. Against all odds, we've raised our voice. Through battles and storms, we held the line. Now a golden age, it's comeback time. Across this land, a brighter dawn. A win for the republic, our future drawn. We're rising up now, can't you see? America's comeback victory. With Trump and the people standing tall, our republic won't ever fall. Go Right News shows the fight, with constitutionalists for what's right. The people spoke, 8 states stood firm. Citizenship matters when it's your turn. From north to south, in every place, our votes secured to keep faith safe. From every corner, a call for truth. The return of pride, the voice of youth. Ballots counted, our victory near. We built this movement loud and clear. We took it back, each vote, each choice. Our nation sings in freedom's voice. With every breath, our strength renewed. Our chapter written for me and you. America's rise, the comeback stands. We'll build this future with our hands. Ooh. Oh, Trump took the stage, a vow to fight for every citizen's God-given right. He said, we're stronger than ever before. It's your future and I'll give you more. Endorsements rang from every side. Diverse voices stand with pride. From Musk to Kennedy, across the aisle, they saw our vision, they felt our style. A new beginning, the time has come. We're lighting up like a rising sun. With Go Right News and voices clear, our republic's strong and freedom's here. Together we stand, our dreams won't die. Our comeback story reaching high. Shadow boxing in halls of power, we're rising stronger every hour. A movement built, a future bright, for constitutionalists in the fight. Now the House, the Senate, all aligned. Our comeback is the people's side. America's story, we're riding it bold. Together our dreams won't grow old. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all. a story, we're writing it bold. Together our dreams won't grow old. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all.
Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! How great thou art! Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! How great thou art!
Trump the sequel, America's comeback story. Trump's triumphant return and the Republican congressional surge. Now, some stories are worth a second chapter. Imagine this, a nation on the brink of a new era, driven by an indomitable spirit of its people. Against all odds, we're witnessing the greatest comeback in American political history. Donald Trump has returned to the highest office in the land, proving that America's greatest comeback is happening right before our eyes. That's right, folks. Trump won. The story of perseverance, strength, and dedication to American values. This is the legacy that will shape our constitutional republic for years to come. Welcome to Trump the sequel, where history doesn't just repeat, it reignites. Let's get into this remarkable moment in America's history here on #GoRight with Peter Boykin. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
Welcome back to #GoRight with Peter Boykin. I'm super stoked that Donald Trump won. And we're going to get back on track. And he wouldn't have been able to do it without voters like you and myself and people pitching in to try to make America great. Speaking about votes, voters in 8 states, Idaho, Iowa, Kentucky, Missouri, here in North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Wisconsin have made a clear choice, approving ballot measures to require citizenship for voting. This decision reflects the ongoing emphasis on securing the integrity of our electoral processes. And today we bring you the biggest stories reshaping America's political landscape, starting with Donald Trump's victorious return to the White House and Republican wins in Congress. This is our victory tour, folks. This is reality. And for some people in America, it's a nightmare. But for us, it's a wonderful dream. And they'll get along. They'll understand that this is not a nightmare. This is the best thing that could happen in their lives. We'll be right back.
This is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans. Fix immigration. Try to get crime under control. Try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
Trump completes the greatest comeback of all time. And a historic and remarkable turnaround. Donald Trump has clinched his second term in the White House, successfully defeating Kamala Harris to become the 47th president of the United States. He never went anywhere. Seemed like he was a de facto 46th president of the United States, because honestly, if we would have listened to his judgment over the real 46th president of the United States, we would have been in much better shape. Effectively, the Democrats, by rejecting Donald Trump and being so mean and cheating in the last election, caused this to happen. Instead of 8 years of Donald Trump, we get 12 years and beyond. And the world has realized how shitty it can be without Donald Trump or somebody like that at the helm. And hopefully people will remember that. This election marks a monumental victory and a great moment in American political history. Donald Trump's win signals not just a comeback for one man, but for a movement and the values of a constitutional republic. Let's talk about the path to victory. Trump's journey to victory unfolded with decisive wins in key battleground states. He broke the blue wall, turned it into the red wall, which included North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. The late night calls in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin cemented his return, with the Electoral College tipping in his favor. There's no going back. Although Arizona, Nevada, and Michigan are still counting ballots, actually, Michigan has now declared Donald Trump won. It was tight. Trump won. Trump held to a solid lead, setting him on track to secure over 300 electoral votes. A sweep across 7 pivotal swing states. Let's talk about the popular vote. Trump also leads in the popular vote with over 71 million plus votes compared to Kamala Harris's 66 million, making him the first Republican since 2004 to win the popular vote. This widespread support reflects a strengthened coalition, with Trump appealing to a diverse, motivated voter base.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
Let's talk about Trump's victory speech. I mean, Barron Trump was there. He was taller and everybody had the best seat. I mean, in comparison to when Donald Trump accepted. He's like, sorry, had some business, a little late. And, little Barron's like tired. He's little Barron. And within I don't know, 8 years later, boom, guy's this tall, taller than Trump, taller than Melania. But it's all about Trump right now. Speaking to a sea of supporters at his West Palm Beach resort, the president-elect's words echoed his commitment. Oh, I love saying that, president-elect. His commitment to every American, stating to every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future with every breath in my body. I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that children deserve and that you deserve. His commitment to the golden age of America speaks to a new chapter for this country. One that he promises will restore the greatness and prosperity Americans desire and capturing Trump's vision for America's future. Now, what about Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris's campaign reaction. And what was intended to be a victory celebration, reminds me of Hillary's, Kamala Harris's campaign manager informed the audience to head home. Harris herself did not address her supporters, marking a quiet conclusion to her campaign. Go home. Nothing to see here. Go home. No balloon drop. Nothing. So the roadblocks to resilience. Since 2021, Trump's opponents have mounted a series of unprecedented efforts to keep him from returning to the White House. From impeachment attempts to ballot challenges, despite these roadblocks, Trump focused on engaging men, young voters, people like myself, building a multicultural coalition. Exit polls show a 10-point increase among men for Trump, with Hispanic men shifting significantly from Biden's camp in 2020. And that moves on to the endorsements and the expanding support. The real endorsements, not the actors and the actresses, not the P. Diddy list, not the Epstein client list, but real people that matter. Trump built a coalition. The support of prominent figures like Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Joe Rogan, and many others, all recent Democrats, was pivotal in expanding Trump's base, showing the resonance of his policies across traditional party lines. And in Trump's own words, this victory signals the beginning of a golden age of America, one that he promises will make America great again. And we have much meaning with that, so much more meaning with that now. And he'll solidify a bright future for this nation.
And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Love the flow.
69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any
America first. America first.
non-fatal. We want to build a much unbelievable people, and we must do it non-fatal communication, very much higher. America first, to lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders, time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders, more of. Insiders fighting for insiders, time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders, America first, love the flow. 69, now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any, big, fat love, find common ground, to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it, big, fat love, find common ground, to hold the spread of lies, and any. America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal communication, very much higher. America first, to lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders, time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders, more of. Insiders fighting for insiders, time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders, America first, love the flow.
So folks, it looks like Republicans have taken the Senate and they're leading in the House. With Trump set to return to office, Republicans have made significant strides in Congress, gaining control of the Senate and poised to hold a narrow majority in the House. This shift in power solidifies a Republican-led legislative branch ready to support Trump's agenda. Talking about Senate majority, Republicans have regained control of the Senate by flipping key seats in West Virginia and Ohio, giving them a 51-seat majority. Through 6 seats remain uncalled, the existing majority grants Trump essential backing for confirming administration appointments and appointing conservative lower court justices or judges. This change provides a crucial firewall against Democrat-led initiatives and aligns with the vision of a government for the people. Let's talk about the House majority. While a handful of races are still undecided, Republicans are on track for a razor-thin House majority of 218 to 217. Even a slim control of the House will be instrumental in advancing Trump's policies and pushing forward the changes that resonate with a significant portion of Americans. And going on with the significance of the Supreme Court, with 3 Supreme Court justices in their 70s, including conservative icons Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito, along with liberal Sonia Sotomayor, the Republican majority of the Senate could be a decisive factor in any future appointments. Should any of these justices step down, Trump would have to clear a path to solidify a conservative-leaning court. Now, we'll remind you folks, Donald Trump picks Scalia-like justices. So you can say conservative, but they're actually constitutional-leaning courts, which potentially shapes America's judicial landscape for generations. This congressional backing is more than just a victory. It's a renewal of constitutional principles, with Trump and a Republican Congress paving the way for policies that reflect the values of all people in our constitutional republic. We'll be right back for our hashtag GoRight recap. Trump won, folks. We'll be right back.
This is the end of the story. Welcome back to the fight for freedom.
They said we couldn't make it, but here we stand. A movement reborn, reclaiming this land. It's Trump's return, the people's choice. Against all odds, we've raised our voice. Through battles and storms, we held the line. Now a golden age, it's comeback time. Across this land, a brighter dawn. A win for the republic, our future drawn. We're rising up now, can't you see? America's comeback victory. With Trump and the people standing tall, our republic won't ever fall. Go right, new shows to fight, with constitutionalists for what's right. 8 states stood firm. Citizenship matters when it's your turn. From north to south, in every place, our vote secured to keep faith safe. From every corner, a call for truth, the return of pride, the voice of youth. Ballots counted, our victory near. We built this movement loud and clear. We took it back, each vote, each choice. Our nation sings in freedom's voice. With every breath, our strength renewed. A chapter written for me and you. America's rise, the comeback stands. We'll build this future with our hands. Trump took the stage, a vow to fight for every citizen's God-given right. He said we're stronger than ever before. It's your future and I'll give you more. Endorsements rang from every side. Diverse voices stand with pride. From Musk to Kennedy across the aisle, they saw our vision, they felt our style. Beginning, the time has come. We're lighting up like a rising sun. With Go Right News and voices clear, our republic's strong and freedom's here. Together we stand, our dreams won't die. Our comeback story reaching high. Shadow boxing in halls of power, we're rising stronger every hour. A movement built, a future bright for constitutionalists in the fight. Now the House, the Senate, all aligned. Our comeback is the people's sign. America's story, we're writing it bold. Together our dreams won't grow old. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all. America's story, we're writing it bold. Together our dreams won't grow old. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all.
Welcome back to our hashtag Go Right Recap Remix. If you haven't done so already, please share this podcast. Let other people know about this podcast. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Rumble. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us everywhere you see this. Let other people know because we need to grow, especially now that Trump's back. We got to keep the message going. We got to put the pedal to the metal. We got to keep it going toward the next election season and the next and the next and the next and the next. And we got to keep going right. Tonight's monologue recap the greatest political comeback as Donald Trump returns to the White House with strong support for diverse American voters, securing the presidency with a decisive popular vote lead and support across key swing states, marking a turning point of our constitutional republic. Alongside Trump's win, we're witnessing a Republican resurgence in Congress, securing the Senate with gains in West Virginia and Ohio and a narrow majority in the House, ready to safeguard our constitutional liberties and advance America's prosperity. With Republicans now controlling the Senate and a projected House majority, Trump's path is advancing his agenda is clearer than ever. And it's a great agenda, the MAGA agenda. Look it up. Together, Trump and Congress are poised to revigorate the constitutional values that make our nation strong. We're going to continue this victory run. Thank you for tuning in to hashtag Go Right. So visit GoRightNews.com for more in-depth coverage of these historic events. Listen to the Go Right music that I put out. I probably got like 4 of them for the night for the same song. Just so they're popping. They're popping. Victory. Watch hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin on Spreaker, Spotify, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, Twitter, and everywhere you can get your news. Stay tuned because we're going to try to figure something out for inauguration. I don't know, party, try to hop on. If anybody out there's got a suggestion, let me know. And we definitely want to try to have a rally for America, a march for Trump again in June. So stay tuned as we try to plan that as well. I need to go ahead and put in the permits and everything, figure out the nice dates and everywhere. So if you'd like to support, donations are accepted at Cash App at $ Peter Boykin, the number 1. And more details are available at GoRightNews.com and PeterBoykin.com. Keep going right, and let's make America great again. God bless everybody. Peace.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place.
Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term. When we became more and more successful, people started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it. Because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This isn't the end of the story. It's the sequel, the comeback, the rise. Welcome back to the fight for freedom.
They said we couldn't make it, but here we stand. A movement reborn, reclaiming this land. It's Trump's return, the people's choice. Against all odds, we've raised our voice. Through battles and storms, we held the line. Now a golden age, it's comeback time. Across this land, a brighter dawn. A win for the republic, our future drawn. We're rising up now, can't you see? America's comeback victory. With Trump and the people standing tall, our republic won't ever fall. Go Right News shows the fight, with constitutionalists for what's right. The people spoke, 8 states stood firm. Citizenship matters when it's your turn. From north to south, in every place, our votes secured to keep faith safe. From every corner, a call for truth. The return of pride, the voice of youth. Ballots counted, our victory near. We built this movement loud and clear. We took it back, each vote, each choice. Our nation sings in freedom's voice. With every breath, our strength renewed. Our chapter written for me and you. America's rise, the comeback stands. We'll build this future with our hands. Trump took the stage, a vow to fight for every citizen's God-given right. He said, we're stronger than ever before. It's your future and I'll give you more. Endorsements rang from every side. Diverse voices stand with pride. From us to Kennedy, across the aisle. They saw our vision, they felt our style. A new beginning, the time has come. We're lighting up like a rising sun. With Go Right News and voices clear, our republic strong and freedom's here. Together we stand, our dreams won't die. Our comeback story reaching high. Shadow boxing in halls of power. We're rising stronger every hour. A movement built, a future bright. For constitutionalists in the fight. Now the House, the Senate all aligned. Our comeback is the people's side. America's strong, we're riding it bold. Together our dreams won't grow old. We excel, rise, stand tall. Our comeback will echo through it all.